Thank you. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? My mic on? Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Thank you to our staff, our co-chairs, our board, our supporters. And I have to do a special thank you to my family. My wife, Cheryl, of 17 years. And my 9-year-old boys, twin boys, London and Duke. I could not do the work that I do without their love and support. So thank you. I love you so much. All right. So for a brief moment, I want all of you to think about your favorite and warmest memories of home. How does that feel? Good, right? This evening is about home, a celebration of our homes. You know that feeling you get when you think about sharing a good meal around the kitchen table with family and friends? Think about the smell of the food, the taste, the laughter, or settling in to snuggle on the couch for the night to watch your favorite TV show with your children or your partner. Now I want you to imagine being gently nestled in that home, your sanctuary, your safe place, where you are loved and cared for, where you love and care for your family. But suddenly, out of fear, you will find yourself packing everything that you have into your vehicle. You are preparing for the most emotional and difficult drive of your life. A 20-hour drive from Dallas, Texas to Los Angeles to protect your trans child. You arrive in Los Angeles disconnected from all you knew before. Or imagine living in a state where legislators are passing hate into law, but you cannot or do not want to leave your home. So you decide to stay where you have established roots in a community, but you fear for your safety. So you lie awake every night in a cold sweat, heart racing, wondering if your most beloved child or your family will make it through the day tomorrow without a bruise to the face or to the heart. And though you stay in your home, the true meaning of home has been stolen from you, leaving you no shelter from the storm of hate. This is happening in America right now. Mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, caregivers, our trans community, and our elderly have been forced to find safety in places that are not their homes, or to remain in their homes feeling unsafe. And that word, home, it's such a powerful and magical word. However you describe it, there's something that you feel in your heart and your soul when you say the word home. Home is meant to be your hub, the place where families break bread, laugh together, cry, and celebrate, and where our children are loved and nurtured to grow into global citizens of the future. Yet, hate scratches at our doors, claws at our windows throughout the day and throughout the night. With each of the 550 anti-LGBTQ plus bills that have been introduced, with every act of violence against a trans person or our families, with every rejection of an LGBTQ plus person who wants to adopt a child, with the message that this sends to our families. LA, as a community and as a family, when one of us suffers, we all share in the burden. We all bear the auspicious responsibility to demand justice and safeguard our physical homes as well as our spiritual homes. And as we fight the battles that we must in the courtrooms, in the government halls, on the school boards, and in public opinion, we must also take care of those among us in most need. In these trying times, it's time for us to come together like we never have before. It's not only a time to protect our community, it is a time to craft a new vision for LGBTQ plus equality, a new approach, an approach that includes equality, equity, and safety. And I'm proud to say that family equality is leading the way. We are building a safety infrastructure for families who have to flee their homes and must relocate. And we are also building a life-sustaining virtual community for those who choose to stay in their homes or cannot leave, but desperately need a sense of security and belonging. Now, there are thousands of stories about families who are dealing with the heart-wrenching decision to leave their homes. But one that's on my mind tonight that I want to share is the story of Rhonda. Just last week, we received a call from Rhonda, a lesbian mother in Iowa with 2 school-aged kids. And it appears that lawmakers in Iowa have been busy. In the last year, they've passed multiple anti-LGBTQ plus bills, including the classic Don't Say Gay. Now, just recently, one of Rhonda's kids was talking about their 2 mothers at school, as kids do, when the child was approached by a teacher. And the teacher said, "You can't talk about your family here." And then the teacher started to cry. As any parent would be, Rhonda is distraught and worried for their family's safety, their physical safety, and their emotional safety. Rhonda shared with us that in order for them to feel safe, they need to leave Iowa now. So they're looking into a move to Minnesota, a sanctuary state for LGBTQ plus people. LA, we must act as conductors. We must act as conductors on this path to hope and safety for families like Rhonda. Just like when Mother Harriet Tubman led enslaved people to freedom, it is now our turn to lead our people to safety, security, and freedom. And I know much of what's happening in this country is tragic. But sometimes tragedy can give birth to great progress. And I believe that this is one of those times. I hold strong to the belief that while we must be fierce in our legal media battles, we must remain kind, gentle, open, and loving to ourselves and each other. Only in this way can we replenish ourselves and embolden each other to do the work that's necessary to address this crisis that we're in. And we know some people, the haters, the wielders of hate, will do all they can to keep us down. In the name of family values, in the name of patriotism, they will do everything they can to rip our community apart, rip our families apart, and try to push us out of our homes. But when they try to drown us in our false beliefs, we will be held afloat by a much stronger force, and we will say, "This is our home." When they try to scare us away, we will transmute our fear into fierce action, and we will say, "This is our home." When they try to bury us in darkness, we will hold our vigilance up to the light for the whole world to see, and we will say, "This is our home." And when they try to smother us in silence, our voices will ring across the airwaves, across the kitchen table, across the aisle, and we will say, "This is our home." And just like the movie, there is no wizard. Just like the movie, we have the power. Along with our community and our allies, we are the ones who will find our way back home. And it won't take 3 clicks of our heels to get there. It will take your love, support, and voice. Together we will sustain each other and become stronger until one day, in the not so distant future, when we can rest peacefully at night knowing we are safe, We rest deeply in the certainty that our entire family and each and every one of us is endowed with the inalienable rights of respect, dignity, and the pursuit of happiness. And we rest joyfully because we stand firmly on rock-solid grounds of our principles, arms raised in victory because we are at home. And truly, there is no place like home. And there is no time like now. LA, thank you so much for supporting family equality. I love each and every one of you.